Hi, I'm John Kirkasser, sharing another of my video playlists. This one's called Why Should I Believe? Hope you enjoy it. Lots of discussion on creation versus evolution, right? Scientists, all these Christians are weak and simple-minded. They're depending on myth and fable to do this creation stuff. Lots of threads in science point to a divine influence. The perfectly tuned universe, Earth being just the right size, being exactly the right spot away from the sun, being exactly the right age to have generations of suns and stars before us so that we had a carbon-rich environment to live in. Because if you didn't have enough age, we wouldn't have carbon, right? You need to produce carbon in exploding suns. A universe that's young enough that all the galaxies haven't escaped from view, so that they're still in our night sky, yet old enough that the material is no longer just a fog. It's now clear. Space is clear. Yet the galaxies are still close enough that we can see them and discover them and begin to understand that they're racing away from us and that a Big Bang was the start. Right? They all started at a point, an infinitesimal point before space and time. Makes it hard for a materialist scientist who needs to see evidence to find the cause for something that you can't see and you can't touch. Right? It's kind of actually is a paradigm. They can't deal with it. Right? They're going to invent a material thing that causes it. Well, what was the inventor of the material thing? Right? The multiverse. Right? Well, what was the process that created the multiverses? Somebody created this amazing thing. Whether it's one universe that we're in and it happens to be perfect, or there's a multiverse of bazillions and bazillions of universes and we happen to be on the right one. Well, who created all of those multiverses? Something did. And what was the thing that created that something? Pretty cool. Poke around at that for a bit. It takes a lot of faith to be an atheist these days. Science points pretty heavily towards some sort of divine influence. Look at the path of evolution, right? Darwin theory says there should be incremental stages for everything that's been created. And there is no fossil evidence of incremental stages. Picture the alternate hypothesis, that God's been guiding evolution since day one. He is the force that encourages all these things to happen, right? Just the right manipulations of things at just the right times for things to happen. Picture a guiding hand, guiding evolution. Not a bad theory. Big changes could happen in short periods of time. That would explain the Cambrian explosion, where tons of new species came out of nowhere with no time to evolve. Right? There's tons of evidence against Darwin's theory. Right? There had to have been some interventions. Give it a look. Dig into the theory of evolution. Natural evolution is everything's random, unguided. There's no intelligence behind the creation. Dig into the origination of life. It is supposed to be lightning striking a primordial swoop that's hanging around just waiting for the right conditions. Well, it turns out the primordial soup is unstable and can't hang around. Oh, small detail. Simple single-celled organisms aren't so simple. Right? Dig into the simplest single-cell organisms, and you'll be amazed the kind of stuff that goes on inside those little buggers. And there's a bunch of folks have put together videos of the basics of single-celled organisms and what's involved. Ask yourself as you go through that: random, totally random, and unguided? Yeah, okay. It takes a lot of faith to believe that a random process would create those kinds of capabilities. Consider DNA, right? DNA is information. It's information coding. It's software coding for every single cell and every single thing in this world. Who coded it? DNA replicates itself. The instructions to replicate itself are embedded in the DNA. So chicken and egg. How did you create DNA if it needed to replicate itself if it didn't have the instructions to replicate itself? You had to invent them in parallel, simultaneously, purposely, perfectly. Seems kind of strange to have that happen randomly, blindly, right? Most things in the universe erode over time, right? There's a law of entropy. Things degrade over time. There's something pushing things forward in a positive direction. It's the force of life. It's the hand of God. That's my hypothesis. Then go for some of the amazing features of life, right? There's a whole series of guys that put out, you know, how cool is this? They couch it under the notion of look what evolution has done to tailor these specific species. You could also look at it under the other lens. Look at how amazing guided evolution has taken these guys and the capabilities they've created from the same basic building blocks, and how just amazing it is. Just put your mind into wonder mode, right? Isn't just amazing how amazing this place is. So a couple things to consider. One is the Lord is quite clear. He reveals himself to those who seek him with their heart. Right? So you've got to engage with an open mind and a warm heart with the intent of finding God. If you seek him, you'll find him. If you take the role of the critic, he'll be elusive. So you've got to want to find him, and you'll find him. So I would encourage you to review these videos with that in mind, right? Review them with the intention of finding him. Look for the beauty of his handiwork. Look for his divine inflow, the mastery of a creator in all these creatures and in the heavens, because it's pretty amazing. If you do that, you'll find him. Good luck. The other piece is the idea of faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence for things not seen. Right? So the way this is designed, the way the system is designed, there won't be scientific evidence to prove God's existence by design. You have to want to find him, and you have to put forth the effort. You have to be seeking with your heart. And when you find him, you'll know. You'll know in your heart. And that knower is the evidence of things not seen. You'll know in your heart. So I encourage you to pursue these videos, review these videos with that in mind. Are these little creatures that you see in these videos, are the heavens that you see in these videos, the result of a random, blind, uncaring process? Or is this the handiwork of a well-intentioned creator, purposely creating these things so that we can discover them and appreciate them and find him? If you want to find him, you'll find him. Seek and ye shall find. Hope you like these videos. Give me a comment. What do you think? What did you find? What other evidence have you found? What helped you make your decision? I hope they encourage you to dig deeper, and there's lots and lots to discover. I love this stuff. It's God's creation is amazing, absolutely amazing. The more you admire it, the more you kind of dig in and see just how elegant his fingertips are as he works this stuff. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.